Young Perk from Cali.
Happy New Year, 49ers faithful. It's your boy Chili Will from the 49ers Street Squad, and we celebrate a new year, 2022, as we get ready to start fresh season and getting ready for the playoffs. The 49ers get ready to take on the Houston Texans, right? So now it's time to get into the pregame huddle with my man, all the way from Empire Row, Antonio Arevelo.
What's up, Chili Will? Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year to you, my man, Antonio. Great to see you, man. Hey, 2022, are you excited?
What a year. Went by real fast. Let's enjoy this one. New goals, new year. Let's do it.
Right. You like the way I just quickly changed out my glasses, in that transition, man. I'm good.
Looking good, looking sharp.
I had to put my 9 stunner shades back on, so but maybe later I'll put them back on 2022, But yeah, man, pregame huddle, man. We got Houston Texans tomorrow at 1:00, and what could be maybe our last game at Levi Stadium, and let's get into a little bit of what's been going on all week, because we've been having a big quarterback, I don't want to say controversy, but with medical issue concerning Jimmy G, his thumb. We know he apparently tore some of his ligaments in his right thumb.
Yeah.
They said it might also result in a little chip bone or something. So obviously don't look like he's going to play tomorrow, but I know he's been trying all week to get back in the game and, practicing throwing the ball and see how things are going. So, but it doesn't look like it's going to, do him any justice to be back too soon. So I guess he's going to sit out this game, and we'll finally get to see, again, Trey Lance for the second time for a full game. And, let's just talk about what's all on the line here too. I mean, but let's get into the quarterback thing. How you feeling about this? You think Trey Lance is going to come in and do his thing?
They're keeping it super secret, and, it looks like Trey Lance Day is going to happen. But, we'll see, what's the big secret? Maybe they're preparing, they want to throw the Texans off, so that they can't really pull tape on Trey, or, they're trying to get last second, how to plan for that game. But I think that Trey's going to play. I think it reminds me of Steve Young when he had the broken ribs. And he came out for one series, threw the ball one time, and then they put in Elvis Gerback. And we all knew it was like one of them crazy weeks where it's like, does he have broken ribs? Are they bruised ribs? Right? They're doing the same thing. It's part of the game. It's part of the strategy. I just hope that whatever happens here, it turns into a win. We need this win. We're squeaking into the playoffs, and we didn't get the win on Thursday night. So this game is the season, basically. I think that with a New Orleans loss or with a Minnesota loss, we clinch.
Yeah, that was a big help.
Yeah, right. So and then we clinch a guaranteed spot in the playoffs. So I think that this game is going to be huge. I'm excited to see Trey. Like I said, the players and the team have said that he's played very well the last couple of months. But let's take a look at it. I mean, we always expect growing pains with a rookie. And, me and you, we're going to be on the edge of our seat this game. We're going to be dialed in and paying attention to everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about seeing Trey Lance out there. I just hope that, and I think we kind of touched on it, on the 49 Street Squad show a little bit, but, it's important to take care of the ball, not turn the ball over. Let's hope that Trey Lance can come in there, and if he does make some throws, let's hope that there's no interceptions, and because, he's going to come out obviously a little bit, a little nervous, like most quarterbacks. He did it in the Arizona game. He seemed like a little nervous, but after like the first series or so, he calmed down. His passes were a lot more efficient, and making completions, and he was doing rather good, even though the plan for him, and maybe because he didn't know the plays as well, they kind of went to a lot of the pistol kind of offense, and he was running the ball a lot. So I just hope to see him more of a pocket passer instead of running around. He's got other players for that.
Yeah, I think the key to this game is that it's a home game. Remember, his first start was on the road, and Arizona's not the easiest place to play.
Yeah.
With that crowd noise, being quiet on offense is going to help him. And I think that you're going to see a lot of the run game in this one. I think you're going to need the running game to be successful on first and second downs. I think minimize Trey,
Hmm.
and keep the game in control of with the offense. Spread the ball around, a lot of short passes, a lot of screens. I'm pretty sure you're going to see some Trey Day using his legs. But yeah, this is a huge game. I don't think
Yeah.
we can take the Texans lightly. They've won 4 games, but they just blew out the Chargers. So you just don't know what you're going to get. You don't want this team to sneak up on us, and it's such an important game. We're
Yeah.
basically playing a playoff game.
It is exactly. Yeah, I think, like you said, here on out, is every game's pretty much a playoff game for us. And you coming in a game that where this team's kind of hot because they just came off of 2 wins in a row. They just, like you said, they just beat the Chargers last week.
Yeah.
Davis Mills, he's been doing pretty good. He was like 21 for 27, and he had like 254 yards passing. And do a lot of big passes in that game. I was surprised. I mean, the guy's got an arm. And I think the Texans know they're coming to face a 49er team that's hasn't fared too well as far as pass coverage, because our secondary is giving up some big pass plays, and supposedly we're like third. I think we ranked third on defensive pass plays,
Yeah.
and completion. So that's not good, and that means that the Niners have to really tighten up on that secondary, and these guys got to be ready. I mean, I don't, I don't know.
Right.
I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't know if you so much start like if you want to go with too much of a nickel defense, maybe put some more backs out there, or do we stick with the same formation? You know what I mean? It's it's going to be interesting how they play this. I probably expect them to play a little more zone, but
Right.
they got to be careful with that because you'll watch the passes over the middle. So these guys got to be ready.
Well, you got to look at this pass rush, how it died down in the last game and how it exposed our cornerbacks, right? So we need this pass rush to work to win the game. And Bosa was a little quiet in the last game on Thursday night. And
Which was
we talked about it, and that offensive line was banged up. So
yes.
This is going to need to be, guys need to perform. Guys need to produce. This is how this is where your heart is measured in this game and on this team. And guys are banged up. We're not fully healthy right now, so we just need to get this win. And it no matter how we get it, it's got to be a win. And for the Niner faithful, what a season it's been. It's been a roller coaster, right? So this is for the playoffs right now. And let's talk about the NFL having this extra game. This actually would have been the last game of the season, but there's an extra game this year. So, teams are going to be squeaking in at 10-7 instead of 10-6, maybe even 9-8. So you don't even know what to expect here in these last 2 games. But if we clinch it and Minnesota loses or the Saints lose, and then the Rams win, I think we go into LA and maybe guys are resting. So this is so crazy what this game, how important it is. And it can go this way or that way. And just the playoff race right now is so close in the NFC.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of, like you said, a lot of teams coming in close with the same records, a lot of top teams that were doing well starting to fall, like Arizona, I mean, they got a tough game against tomorrow against the Cowboys, and that's an away games, and they already, I think, are on a like 3 or 4 game losing streak, and so things are changing, and it just goes to show you, if we'd have pulled out maybe a couple more of them games, I mean, heck, we could have been in contention to fight for first place spot in NFC West.
Right. This game, that Thursday night game, I mean, we win that game and we're breathing down the Rams' neck, right? If they don't win the last hit, because they won some close ones, and the refs helped them. But what I will say is pretty interesting. I was talking with J-Mo about it, and I was like, this year the Super Bowl's at SoFi. we play at SoFi in the last game of the season. If the season were to end today, we'd be playing the Rams at SoFi the following week. So that could be, and then, we played at SoFi against the Chargers in the preseason. That's 4 SoFi games possible, if we were to run the table. And it's just, that's a close drive. We're going to be out there. We're going to be out there in LA. So, it's just a trip how the season has worked out. And, we deserve to be in the playoffs. I truly believe this team is a playoff team. I think that whatever has gone on for some of these close losses, some heartbreaks this year, we need to put it together. It's time. And this is going to be an exciting game. I think this is the hottest ticket of 2022.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, because we get this, like you said, this is a game we definitely have to win, because we're still not out of the clear of blowing a playoff opportunity here. So it's a game we have to win, probably along with the next game, like every game. Like I said, it's a playoff game. So but this one is big. This is a real big one. Last game at Levi. So and what's great is that the faithful, man, they've been bringing it, man, the last couple of games. I mean, our faithful fans been out there cheering the Niners on. And they've been bringing it, and coming away, with some. Well, unfortunately, with the Tennessee game, but we lost that one, but that was on the road. We won the last game before that at home. So
yes.
So the faithful been coming out strong, man, cheering our team on, and they need to hear that, man. They need to hear that faithful noise, because that gives them that extra booster shot in the arm, ready to go out there and play. And it's just going to be exciting. And I think everybody's going to be so ecstatic still also to finally get to see Trey Lance perform at home, for the first time starting the game. So
the faithful have been on the road every game too. I mean, you could hear.
Yeah.
I shout out to the Niner Empire and the Niner faithful, because they have rolled with this team. We have been on the road. We went to Chicago, Chilliwell. And this is a pandemic. When it comes to football, we're like, hey man, look, the Niners need us, and that's been awesome. And so my fear is I don't want to see a letdown here. We all deserve to make the playoffs. This has been a crazy season, and maybe with this Trey Lance thing, maybe this is a spark. Maybe this is a Cinderella story leading into the playoffs. And, I like to keep it on the positive note, because there is this unknown with Trey. And then a lot of teams, in the NFL, it takes maybe 3 weeks of tape to kind of gauge and prepare for a specific quarterback or a specific scheme. So I think Trey Lance changes the entire scheme of what the Niners are able to do, because now when teams prepare for Jimmy G, they don't prepare for a running quarterback. They prepare for a pocket passer. So you don't really know. Trey can use his legs. Trey can also, he has an arm. So you got to prepare for that deep ball too, because he could throw the ball down the field. So this is an exciting time. The issue that I think we need to be realistic about is just growing pains and how fast he can bounce back from mistakes if made.
Yeah. And you're right that, it's going to make any team with a defense have to, kind of second think about playing against Trey Lance, because knowing his scrambling abilities, like you said, they can't just rush, before Jimmy being there, pocket passer, they could rush him and, force him to do things that, now these guys are going to have to think a little, be a little more concerned about his running abilities, because now it's like, do I run or try to blitz this guy? And what if he gets loose and he takes off? Then you you free up open space in the field and Trey Lance is gone. Or do the defensive rushes kind of stay off a little more just in case, They don't want to bum rush him real quick. I mean, not to say he'll, probably still get blitzed sometimes, but, as we saw in the Arizona game, he seemed to have some really good scrambling abilities. I mean, he almost kind of remind me a little, and I say a little, of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You got that sense when he knows that pressure is coming, he scrambled. If you go back and watch that Arizona game, he escaped some good pressure. Times,
he was elusive, exciting. I didn't like seeing him run like that, because I'm like, man, this kid's gonna get hurt. But he really was, and then he got stopped on that 1 yard line run. So he's getting all these
Yeah,
runs, and we get stopped on the goal line. That was a game changer. But I think that, he didn't know the playbook during that time as much
yeah.
as he should know it now. And the other thing too is, let's look at the Texans defensive scheme. How do they put 8 in the box? Do you want to put 8 in the box to
Mm,
stop the run and let the youngster throw over the top? He has an arm, and there is Debo
mhm,
Samuels still there and Kittle. So I'd like to see, they might test them and do some 8 in the box stuff. So it is going to be very important to see our running game work too, because then
mhm.
it changes up the entire defensive scheme for the Texans, and they're going to have a lot of problems. The one good thing is our offensive line has been doing very well, so I don't see this being an issue. I think that when he played against Arizona, our offensive line was kind of shaky too.
Yeah, it
So
was.
they've kind of got some stuff together. With McGlinchey, in during that time, he was giving up some sacks, and
Yeah,
they've
he
tightened
had
some
some
things
trouble.
up with that injury. And so, you know, you got our other Pro Bowler on the other end, Trent. And I think that the kid is going to sit in the pocket and probably wow us.
Mhm.
But I think that if he does well, maybe you sit Jimmy in the playoffs too. This is going to be a huge, huge decision, right? So
Yeah.
it's
So tell me
great.
this. So if you feel Trey Lance comes out, let's just say he just comes out, does just really great, does a great job, and pretty much smokes these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
As a coach for Kyle Shanahan, does it make it harder for him to say, okay, I say Jimmy does get a little better the next following week, or maybe game after that for the playoff? I don't know. But let's just say Trey Lance is really just feeling it. He's out there performing. He's doing good. I mean, do you still ride with Trey Lance, or do you say, okay, Jimmy, you're healthy again now? Well, let's bring you back, and
Right.
when Jimmy comes and stinks it up. I mean, like I don't know. I think that would be rather challenging for Kyle to man, it'd be hard to sit a rookie if he like really does a great job next couple of games. Considering, but so many things that kind of play into this. But I don't know. It makes me wonder if you still ride with the rookie or not.
I think we got to compare this to 49er history.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Smith gets hurt, and Kaepernick comes in and
Mm-hmm.
tears up the Bears, right? And shows this element that Harbaugh at the time
Mm-hmm.
was like, whoa, because Alex Smith was, he was a game manager. He wasn't going to make mistakes, but he, wasn't also going to, throw the ball over, the top all the time for the home run. And, Alex Smith gets healthy, and Harbaugh
Yeah.
goes with Cap. And the rule in the locker room is if a guy gets hurt and gets healthy, he doesn't lose his job.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Right.
was a Harbaugh decision, and the rest was history there. But you kind of wonder, is this a similar scenario for the 49ers and Shanahan? But you gave up all these first rounds for Trey. I think that is the answer. Everybody wants him to do well. And if
Mm-hmm.
he does do well, I think this 49er fan base is going to go crazy. And unfortunately, we know that Jimmy's not going to be here next year,
Mm-hmm.
or they're going to try to trade him or try to get something for him. This is
Mm-hmm.
going to be interesting. And then the other situation is, Chili Will, what's really wrong with Jimmy G's hand? Is it a serious injury? Are they playing this to be to be slick, or
Mm-hmm.
is he done? And,
Yeah.
and that's what we don't know unless you're working for this staff. And right now, they're keeping everything top secret. So you can only hope for the youngster to ball out.
Right. Yeah, I like that you brought up that comparison with Kaepernick back in the day and Alex Smith, because well, this is the thing. I like the fact that Harbaugh was I mean, like, he knew Alex Smith obviously wasn't 100%, so he said, you know what, I'm taking the training wheels off this guy Kaepernick. I mean, he knew what he had in
Right.
Kaepernick, compared to all of us at the time, so he let the reins off of him and he put him in there, and Cap did his thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? And because of that, he stayed with him. Like, there was
Yes.
really no going back to Alex after that, no, whether the guy was healthy or not. I like the fact that Harbaugh made a good coaching decision to go with Kaepernick, and wasn't just paranoid about like Kyle. He probably if it was Kyle in the same situation, maybe he would have went, oh, all right, Kaepernick did great this game, but we're gonna bring back Alex Smith because technically he's our starting quarterback, and I think he's healthy enough now to play.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, Harbaugh stuck to his guns. Kicked Kaepernick out there, and of course, you all saw the results of that. And I was happy about that, because at that time, we all knew Alex Smith wasn't doing the greatest job at quarterbacking with his passing. It was over. Really couldn't throw downfield. It was always left to the right.
That was the issue. That was the issue. He was always checking down.
Yeah, and he couldn't really throw the bomb without overthrowing somebody and stuff. So it just wasn't working out. So it was like, hey, why not? Let's just see what Cap got. Put him in there, So
yeah,
I hope. That's why I hope that Kyle. I mean, like, yeah, if Trey Lance can come out tomorrow, play a great game, and show that he's the guy, prove that he's the guy that they thought he would be, and just plays a great, wonderful game, then I just say, hey, we ride with this guy till the end,
Right.
And nothing against Jimmy G, but he does have a banged up hand, and he saw the thing is wrapped up, he's got his thumb all wrapped up and everything, and it's gonna take a good quality time for him to heal. He ain't gonna come back like no. I don't know,
look. If you're a quarterback, your thumb is an important part of your hand to grip that ball, exactly. And the news is saying it's a tear, a chipped bone, and I chipped my thumb in junior high and had a cast, so I don't know what this guy's going to do, but I wasn't throwing a football.
Yeah,
so and I'm not in the NFL, and you got guys swatting. He's gonna. You take a sack, you need to use that hand to brace your fall. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So I'm gonna go at this point with Trey Lance, and I'm gonna say that he's gonna get this start. If they do put Jimmy G in, then they must have to shoot that thing up with some Novocaine, and I don't know, but.
Right,
it's going to be pretty interesting, and then the next thing is this just a 1 week start, or is this forever? Like you were saying in our last show, is this the last time we've seen Jimmy G?
Yeah, I think that's the part that's kind of hard. Part is Niner faithful. That's the part hard to swallow because you kind of like, man, this is a guy that's I mean, and look what he's done for us this year. I mean, there's no denying. Yeah, he hasn't always had his best games, but hey, there was games he did come back and either try to win it or get us back in games. Just like against the Green Bay game, right? He drove downfield. We got the lead, and of course, leaving just like 30 seconds on the clock apparently was just too much time. And Rodgers did his thing, but I mean, he, Jimmy's done a lot for us, and you can't overlook that. You can't unlike Alex Smith. I mean, he didn't, have a lot at that time when he got switched. It wasn't like he had a lot of these comeback type victories at the time. So it was kind of like, all right, Alex, we're done, But Jimmy, he's done a lot for us, man, and that's why I say it's kind of hard to swallow that. Could this be it for Jimmy? Will we not see him anymore? Because he's not coming back next year.
Right.
And if we've seen the last of him, I mean. I think it's going to affect a lot of faithful, that really like Jimmy G.
A lot of the ladies are crying right now. They're really sad. They don't want Jimmy to go.
My GQ quarterback is gone. Oh, man. Well, yeah.
Superman in the Niner uniform right there.
Yeah. Christopher Reeve. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a sharp dude, professional man. I'm a big Jimmy G fan. When we picked him up, I was super excited. His first start, I was in Chicago for that. And you just wanted him to be successful. He was probably about 2-3 plays away from being a superstar. He hits that touches that touchdown pass, gets that touchdown pass to Emmanuel Sanders in the end zone, and he's a Niner forever. So you see how close he has been. And then, he threw a couple of interceptions, and you find out he had a bad hand. And, I don't wish anything bad on Jimmy. This is actually a
Mhm.
hard, this is a hard transition, but this team, they're going with a mobile quarterback. I think it's important to have a mobile quarterback in today's NFL. I think you need a
Mhm.
guy like a Steve Young, and we've been chasing that balance with
Mhm.
Cap. He didn't utilize his wide receivers and check downs enough. He would lock on to one guy. You're hoping that Trey Lance has more of that Steve Young package, and he's young, he's talented, he's got some time to sit on the bench, understand this offense, and I think that if we are really going to make a run right now, Chili Will, this is the number one question, and I'll ask you: do you think Jimmy G can get us to the big game right now with this current team, or do you think we need to blow up the situation, start fresh, and throw in the youngster now and see what we have?
Oh man, if we had a healthy Jimmy G, then I would say yes, only
Yeah.
because I just feel that he's just deserved that opportunity,
Mhm.
and he's just been our guy, and we still there's still too many question marks regarding Trey Lance. I mean, yeah, we have a concept of knowing what he can do and what he's capable of doing. We've seen a little bit of it on the field this year, starting the game in Arizona, and but you can still see he's a little rough around the edges still. I mean, just as far as the experience, and experience is something that not any guy can come in an NFL game with. I mean, you have to play a few just to get used to the
Yeah.
level of expertise out there on the field. Again, you're playing against a lot of pros out there. This ain't
Hmm.
college football no more.
No.
This is the pros. So that's the only reason why I would say, yeah, you got to ride with Jimmy because he's got the experience.
Yeah.
He's been at the big game, the Super Bowl. He knows what the pressure's like. He knows how to deal with that. How we know Trey Lance, he gets us to the Super Bowl, but maybe the guy's puking his brains out because he can't
Yeah.
probably believe that he's there, and he's like, "Oh my God, what am I going to do?" So, so yeah, I would have to say if Jimmy was 100% back healthy, excuse me again, and comes back 100% healthy, then yeah, you ride and die with him. You gotta just ride out the season.
And that's the thing. It's really trust right now. Do you trust that he's healthy enough? And of course, Jimmy's going to tell you he can go.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hurt and would never tell my coach I was hurt. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just
Yeah,
like
exactly. Don't want
it's
to be
just
pulled from
something
the
you don't
game.
Nah, coach, put me in. You're like, hey, blink 2 times if you're hurting.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I just got a broken index finger, but I'm fine, coach. Put
Yeah,
me in there.
coach, tape it up. I'm ready to go. Rocky Balboa, cut my eye, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Cut me, man. Cut me, man. Oh.
But I just don't know how serious a thumb injury is if he can go, and then can he re-injure it? He takes a few sacks. These last few games, he's not getting rid of the ball. He's
Right.
sitting in that pocket taking a sack, and you have a hurt thumb. Are you in your game plan now? Jimmy likes to sit in that pocket a little longer than he should. There's a lot of
Yeah, he
sacks
does.
he's taken where I'm like, get rid of that ball a little faster. But right now, I think it's going to be Trey Lance. I hope Jimmy can go, but realistically, man, we need to start thinking of that Cinderella story because
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. I'm like, what if Trey can do it? Now I'm starting to contradict and myself saying, what if these teams don't have a lot of tape on him,
Hmm.
one game at a time? But we got to go 5 games, man. This is a 5 game streak to get to where we need to go if this is that type of season. And the odds are against us. No one
Yeah.
thinks we're going to the bowl. And
Hmm.
but I mean, we play to get into the dance. You get into the playoffs, and anything can happen.
Exactly. And I think you're right, man. I mean, we don't know Trey Lance's mentality right now because he could be looking at this like, this is my golden opportunity right here. I'm going to go out there and friggin' shoot. We're going to cause some fireworks right now. You know what I mean? And like you said, he either going to come out here really surprise a lot of faithful, or comes out here maybe he doesn't come out looking too shiny at all. But I don't know. I just find it hard to believe that this guy's going to be that bad. I just what he brings to the table. I mean, like you said, this is like a flip of the coin, man. He's just a whole different element of a quarterback compared to Jimmy G. This is a guy we all know that if he's got a good window and open space, this guy's going to take off. I just hope he learns to slide better instead of like an Arizona game.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to play that college stuff like I'm gonna get physical with you.
Yeah. He needs to get on. He needs to get a little muscle on him a little before he starts doing. He's not at Cap's off-season workout plan yet.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, Trey, just learn how to slide, brother, man. Don't take no big hits, and play smart. Just play smart. Don't try to think you got to win this game with all your super quarterback abilities. Just be a pocket. Try to be a best pocket guy. Throw the ball. Learn to hand off the ball. There was a few times he had a couple little handoff corrections in that Arizona game. He turned one direction, the guy was going the other way. It was kind of like, oops.
That's the pistol offense. If you go back, and look at the 2012 Super Bowl with Cap doing the pistol offense, he did a fake handoff to the wrong side several times in that game. And for whatever reason, the pistol offense, I'm like, man, there's no running back there to even fake that. So it's this pistol offense. It's like a more mechanical than it is an actual game plan. And I think it's to keep defenses on, hey, is he going to run? Can he pass? Yeah. I think that this team is going to prepare for that because that's the only tape they got on him. But at the same time, you need Trey to be successful in that. And this is why it's going to be so important for Shanahan to call a perfect game. He's going to have to call a balanced game. The running game is going to need, he cannot put Trey in the situations that he put him in Arizona. We went for it on fourth down several times. This is not a game to play around in. And I think that because we're at home, you're not going to have that crowd noise that will be affecting him on offense, but it is going to need to be balanced. And you want the kid to be successful, so don't put him in a situation like that, Shanahan. And that's really what I'm looking at. It's going to be the tail of the tape in the end on how Shanahan called this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because all things are definitely going to point to Kyle Shanahan. This guy, doesn't come out performing and doing well. So it's kind of like, man, you had all this time to, have this guy coached and practiced up. He should be ready to go. But I'm excited. Like you said, we're going to be obviously everybody's going to be keeping a watchful eye on Trey Lance. But I don't know. I think the guy's going to do amazingly well. I went, like I said, going back to looking at that Arizona game. Started out a little rough, but man, once he kind of got settled in, some of them passes that he was throwing, it had me kind of like, wow, this guy really he does have a good arm, and he can deliver, Yeah, and of course, it's just a matter of, what I want to say, getting on the same page, like with your receivers and the timing and stuff. What, that Arizona game, they didn't have George Kittle neither. Did he play?
No. I think Kittle was out on that game. Was he? I think he was out. I got to look again. But
I think so too. And so that's going to be a big difference, So I think having, like you said, having all your offensive plays and with the adjustment at the offensive line, what's the general? Who's the guy that took over McGlinchey? Compton?
Yeah. He's doing really well. He's actually been doing better than McGlinchey. You don't hear his name. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Exactly. And not giving up too many sacks neither.
Here's another point too. I was listening to Fred Warner, and this defense seems to know that if the rookie comes in and has to play, that it's up to them to be successful in this game. So they're putting a lot on the defensive shoulder. I like that as a leader, as a captain of the team. And, I think that it's important that Kyle doesn't call fourth down plays and gives this defense a full field to work with on this game. When he was a little wild in the play calling on that Arizona game, this defense had to cover up short fields to prevent Arizona from scoring. So this is going to be a sound game. I think that you got to play fundamentals here. You got to play field position. You got to play good defense. And I think what is our punter out? Our punter's out with COVID, right?
Yeah. When this was what's his name? Winisky?
Winisky.
Yeah, he's out because I think COVID protocol.
So he's out. So we just need our special teams to play well. We need guys to play sound, and I think this is going to be an exciting game to be at, man. When we're sitting out there, Chili Will, I know me and you are going to be laughing because this game is going to be edge of our seats, bro.
Man, I'm going to be so nervous. I'm telling you, I'm going to be sweating it. I'm going to admit it, but I'm hoping for the best. I know a guy's going to do good, Hey, how do you think Hightower going to pan out as a special teams coach with this team? You think he still sticks around next year? Because, special teams hasn't been our, most productive this year. Right. I mean, they had actually one game they did get some turnovers and for once and, made some big plays. But, man, it's been kind of it's been kind of rough, man. I think going into this playoffs, special teams need to step it up,
Well, I don't think they really did anything to help our special teams in the off season, right? So, other than our kicker and our punter, I mean, you got this rotating kick returner campaign, and I don't think Shanahan likes to let go of any of his coaching staff. To be honest with you, he's not one of those guys that likes to blow things up. It shows you how our defensive coordinator got promoted. So, I thought that was a big move. Knowing, I'm not saying that our defensive coordinator has done a bad job, but he hasn't done a great job. And you have a staff here where you're like, do you want to give a rookie defensive coordinator the opportunity in such an important season with guys on a 1-year contract? And after this season, I don't know what we're going to have, what our team's going to look like, who we're going to re-sign. We got a lot of moves. This is going to be a huge off season. So it's so important to get to the playoffs. It's so important to make a run with the team that we have because this team is built to win now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. Well, hopefully the defense will come in strong and, be ready, prepared to stop the run. I mean, we haven't had many teams really be too successful on the running game, but Rex Burkhead had a really good game last week. He had 22 carries for 149 yards, and this kid's I was watching the highlights, and man, this guy is he's got a good motor on him, and I think that's probably their most strength, more of their strength for the Texans, is the running game. So, I know they'll be ready for that. A lot of the guys, wide receiver Connolly, I know he went out with a knee injury. He had like 3 catches for 60 yards. He caught a couple of big passes. And, they got the tight end, what's his name, Jordan. He had four catches for 56 yards. He's a rookie, and he's doing pretty good. And then let's see who this Phillip Dorsett. He had like 3 catches for 55 yards, but went out with an ankle injury. And wide receiver Moore, he had 4 catches for 40 yards. Also had an injury too. He went out the game. We don't know what it was, but he went out with the injury. So, they could be coming in actually kind of banged up in this game. As far as offensively,
Either way, this team put up 41 points last week.
Yeah.
So exactly. You banged up. Look, we have to make them one-dimensional. Our team has been really good at stopping the run. Let's put the pressure on the quarterback. But last week, Thursday night, we couldn't get off third downs, 3rd and 10s. So we can't have a game like that. And that's what killed us. Jimmy G made some mistakes, but our defense getting off on 3rd downs is going to be important in this game and going forward. Teams are going to get first downs, but when the game is on the line, you got to get that pressure. And, I hope that's what I'm going to look for in this game, because if the defense can help Trey Lance or whoever's going to be the quarterback, it's going to be in the 3rd down.
Mm-hmm. You're right. They're pretty ranked low against these 3rd down passes, 3rd down plays against other teams. And, we're like sticking it to them first and second. We're like ranked first and second, on 1st and 2nd downs. But that 3rd down, man, we're getting burnt a lot of times.
Right. And Texans are coming in to play spoilers. They're not going to the playoffs. They won 4 games. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They're look for the trick plays, look for the downfield passes, look for they're going to test us. And you know what? We need to just make sure that this game is not in we don't need them hanging around. And I think that's what we did on Thursday night. We allowed them to hang around. And I think that when you had a chance to put a team away on the road, you better put them away. And this team this year, we've seen that more than once. So I want to see some sort of spark. And I think that with the season on the line, with this game on the line, we're going to find out what type of team we have. And that's why me and you are going to be pacing in the club level watching this game. Oh, man. I'm like,
I'm gonna be a Carlos, man. Where's my towel, man? You just dry my beads of sweat off my forehead, man.
Yeah. Because as a fan, we're fans, but then you start getting realistic. It starts getting negative. You want to keep it positive. We want to keep that Cinderella story going.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be so exciting. So I know you have your. I asked you your score predictions, and I think you said 31-17.
Yeah, I think 31-17. I'm going to stick with the 30s.
You're stick with that. Okay, I think I predicted 34-10. So I really think I think the boys come out really knowing what's on the line, and right. I think they really come out here and take it to the Texans, try to stop them. The only thing that can stop the Niners, I feel, is themselves. Yeah. They keep shooting themselves in the foot with turnovers and not taking care of the ball. Then, it could be a long day at the office, but I think if they come out with the focus that they need to do, they should come out with the victory in this game. So so I think I must stick to that score. So tomorrow it's going to be all the way live at Empire Road, man. You got to share with the faithful what's going to be going on, because I know you got some great things lined up for the 49er faithful.
Yeah, we got Empire Row. We got Young Locke coming out. He's going to do some performance. We have Saloon Squad, Tommy Nello. He's going to do some performing. And I'm bringing out the family. We're all going to be out there, the kids. So excited to just get this New Year game going. And then we all go out to LA. I mean, the whole tailgate's probably going to be in LA with us the following week. So here's the funny thing, Chili Will, we could be in LA back-to-back weeks. I don't know, man. It's gonna
I know, man. It's gonna be a lot of 49er jubilation. And like I said, of course, if we come out with this victory, which I know we will, then head down to LA, like you said. It's gonna be on, man. It's gonna be on fire. I'm really looking forward to finally, getting to go to what's the SoFi Stadium. And this new state-of-the-art stadium, which I've seen so many great pictures, and I'm kind of like, man, I gotta check that place out. Have you been there yet?
I haven't been there. The wifey went for a concert last month, and she says it's beautiful. And so she brought my daughter to a concert, and we're going up early, and we're going, to Universal Studios on Friday. I haven't been to Universal Studios without the kids ever, so I'm like excited, like a big kid. Me and the wife are like, "What are we going to be at Universal Studios?"
That's gonna be fun. Yeah, right.
No kids,
right.
So I'm just laughing. She's laughing over here, but we're just gonna have a good time, and I think we'll be out there with you. The meet and greet. In LA is going to be fire. It's going to be the tailgate. Tomorrow is going to be amazing. I think a lot of people, we won't see them. Some people are just going to come for this game, and then we won't see them till next season. So this is like the goodbye New Year game. And then, some people are going to be looking at what road game for the playoffs. And that's how normally the Niner Empire plans it, right? Like, are we all on the road or not?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So we're all, and I think in tomorrow's game, Chili Will, one of the things that we're going to be keeping an eye on is, one, winning the game. Two, Minnesota, the Saints, and Philly, are they losing? Because we could be possibly going to LA next week, sitting our guys and resting up for the playoffs. So I'm strategy can change in a blink of an eye, and then but this is a must win. We are in a must-win game right now.
Definitely, and I know we're gonna pull it out, man. It's gonna be bittersweet. Trey Lance, finally is to show up at Levi. It's gonna just have all the excitement that I think faithful have been really wanting to see, and it's gonna happen tomorrow, right before our eyes. I want to thank you, my brother, for just being on the pre-game huddle. You know what I'm saying? Breaking things down, and it's always exciting and great to have you on. Again, happy birthday to your queen. you
Thank
know,
you, thank you,
the
thank you,
49
thank you.
Street Squad to her. Wish her a very happy birthday and look forward
Yes,
to
yes.
meeting and seeing the family tomorrow. And yeah, let's do it, man. Let's just man, let's just bring it, man. I'm getting riled up just thinking
Yeah,
about it.
I'm
Getting
pumped up,
excited.
man. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see you and the family out there, the wifey, and let's just have a good time. And hey, look, this is why we're season ticket holders, right?
Right, that's right.
It comes down to the wire. This is the hottest game of the year right now. So we're gonna be at it. So
Yes,
hey,
indeed.
we got to get this win, and let's keep it going. Happy New Year to you and the family.
Yes,
And,
Happy New Year to you
at
too,
the-
and the faithful. Happy
and the
New Year,
faithful. Happy New
2022.
Year.
All right. Well, okay. Well, until next week, and we'll see you tomorrow at the game. 49er faithful. Once again, I want to say Happy New Year. Let's go out and get this victory tomorrow. I'm so excited to see Trey Lance and our boys go out there, get this win, man. And I want to say Happy New Year. Happy 2022 to you guys. And most of all, I want to thank my guest, Antonio Arevelo, for being on in the pregame huddle. It's always a joy to have him on and talk 49ers, guys. So I expect to see you guys out there. If you see any of us out there, we're going to be down there at Empire Road, Green Lot 1, Pole 20. Make sure you come on through because, man, this is our last game of the season at Levi. And we want to be able to see everybody who we can see, And if you see us out there, say hi, Happy New Year, come say hello, be great to see you. So it's going to be exciting. A lot of great events happening down there at Empire Road. Make sure you come on down, enjoy the festivities, man, because it's going to be fun. So you guys, 49 faithful, remember it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and stay 49er faithful strong. And we'll see you.